This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Blak and gonna do a little video talking about the PlayStation State of Play that happened on 3/25/21 last Thursday. Just wanted to do a follow-up video because I did do a live reaction stream on Twitch for this event. If you haven't seen it on Twitch in the replays, don't worry, it's up on the channel. It's also up on the Wise Guy Gaming Sports and Entertainment channel, so you can find it somewhere and see it if you want to actually watch and hear my thoughts immediately as everything came up. But just wanted to do a quick overview of it. I won't say review because it's not really something that I feel like needs to be rated. But there are some things that I found interesting and I want to discuss with you guys. So here we go. So it started out with the Crash Bandicoot 4 PS5 enhancement. And really quick before I dive into that, just know that I came into this whole state of play not really expecting a lot. I think previous PlayStation state of play has taught me that they're not going to do a lot of grand things with this. You will get the big moments occasionally, but for the most part, I feel like they kind of keep the really huge announcements to either bigger events or their own thing, like, you know, showcases where they just focus just on that on that big thing by itself in a video or in, something like that. They don't usually use these state of plays for huge things, at least in my opinion. So you start off with the Crash Bandicoot for PlayStation enhancements, all the things that they're going to add. That's nice. I haven't really heard people talk much about the Crash Bandicoot game, so it is what it is. But we're gonna get a slew of these enhancements anyway, with a lot of games. Sometimes these enhancements are gonna piss people off, as we'll get to later in the show. Then they showed some new gameplay for Returnal. That game looks pretty damn good, and I'm glad they did this because this fleshes out a little bit more of what the game is going to be about to me. I wasn't necessarily sure. Like, I knew it was just like kind of a roguelike thing where you die, you come back, and try to go through it again, knowing that certain things may or may not change, and it formulated a better picture in my mind. Definitely looks interesting. This is definitely probably the biggest thing that Housemarque has done that I could think of. It's definitely a far cry from their usual like dual stick shooters that they have always made. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing more about this game. Then they hit us with a new game called Sifu, which is, as the caption says, an intense kung fu experience. The action game where you are just like beating the hell out of people with your martial arts skills. I'm here for it. Looks cool. Love the art style. I definitely want to see more though, but it's supposed to be coming this year, so we should be seeing more pretty damn soon. Then they showed Knockout City, which is a dodgeball arena combat game. It seems like people are out there trying to find the next Rocket League with this. We just had Destruction All Stars drop. Now we're gonna get this game coming in the near future. I like the art style. Looks cool, but I have to see more and hopefully get a chance to play it in a form of a demo or something to actually get a better vibe on that game. Yeah. Like I said, everybody's trying to make the next Rocket League, it seems. And this is just the latest attempt, so we'll see how well this goes. Next was Solar Ash. Pretty game. Looks interesting. It didn't really hold my attention that much, but it didn't look bad. Something that weirdly caught my attention a little bit was the Five Nights at Freddy's thing. The fact that it seems to be a more fleshed out game. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, where you're not just like the simple in the booth manipulating the cameras, trying to time things right so you don't get caught by these crazy robots that are coming alive at night and moving in to kill you. It kind of threw me off. It's like, wow, you're actually exploring more of the place. Now, granted, I don't know how much the Five Nights at Freddy games developed over time until this, because pretty much when I saw 1, 2, and 3, and they basically were the same thing, or at least they look like the same thing. I just figured, hey, okay, they're just milking this cash cow because people are just so into these games for some reason. It never really appealed to me, but this looks cool. It's not saying this is appealing to me, but it looks cool in comparison to what they've previously done. Oddworld Soulstorm trailer for that. Found out that it's coming out on April 6th for both PS4 and PS5. This is pretty cool. Oddworld games. God, I can't think of the last time I played an Oddworld game. But they've always been cool. They showed some new gameplay for Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. Games has always been on my list, and this didn't change that. I won't say that it necessarily enhanced my desire for the game, but I was glad to see it. We should find out more as time comes on, but it'll be out in August, which is cool. Now, probably the biggest standout to me, and I know this is going to sound weird, especially what follows it, but the Deathloop trailer. Just seeing more of what the gameplay is going to be about, and what the whole dynamic of you being this guy who continually comes back after being killed to try to pick off this list of targets while you're being hunted by another assassin from the other side who's basically trying to stop you. This trailer showed a lot to me. It showed a lot about the style, the type of play, the vibe that it's going for. I was of the mind that this looks cool, this looks interesting, but I gotta say now, I kind of want to play this game. And I wasn't really looking to invest in it. I just thought it was something that looked cool. I paid attention to it, but I wasn't I gotta get on the Deathloop train, and I can't wait for it to come. Kind of starting to at least check the ticket prices for the train ride now. With this game, it looks cool, and just the fact that the theme song is so dope too shows how much style they're putting into this shit. I really am just cautious because it's this is a dynamic they could fuck up, and I don't want to be disappointed if they fuck it up. That's just me. But yeah, that definitely was the standout to me. Definitely looks pretty damn cool, and you know, hopefully it will be. Hopefully it will. Now, of course, the biggest thing, of course, was the finale, which they announced that you're getting DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated. Um, Now, I believe integrated is just the full package. I forget what is, but you will be getting a DLC which stars Yuffie, um, the young female ninja, on her own adventure in Midgar. For those who don't know, realize that Final Fantasy Remake pretty much stands up to its name. It is a remake. It's not a one-to-one reimagining of the original Final Fantasy VII. It is definitely its own thing with its own story. It has elements of the original story, but it goes its own way. And this DLC is another example of how it's going its own way, because playing as Yuffie and she's partnered up with someone that I didn't recognize, and she's going through a mission, and you're going to be playing that mission. Now, this will be a part of, I believe, the whole integrate thing, where the integrate will basically be the, I believe, the PS5 version of things, which, if you have, I believe, the deluxe edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake, or if you purchased it, you will get the upgrade. You don't get the DLC. And this is the thing I said that people were going to be pissed about early. You don't get the DLC. The DLC is a separate cost unless you buy Integrate. But if you own Final Fantasy VII, the base game, you should get it. Now, this was all thrown into chaos because for March, Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of the PlayStation Plus games. But if you get the PlayStation Plus version, you do not get the free upgrade to PS5. Which sounds weird, because you're technically owning it then, but I guess they figured if you don't have a purchase copy, then no, that doesn't go. It's a lot of weirdness around that, which two people in the Disney. But the bottom line is, there's a new DLC for Yuffie. I believe it's supposed to be $20 on its own, but we'll see once it comes out. And all of this will be happening this summer. What you say they said? Was it June 10th? June 10th, you should get the DLC. You also should get the PS5 version. And if you want to buy the whole package, you can. You can just buy the DLC separate if you already got the game. All that. So, yeah. So that was pretty much it. Like I said, I didn't expect much. Pretty brief. That's usually what they are. There's not a lot of meat on the bone, but there's some stuff that you will find interesting. If you're interested in anything beyond AAA games, of course. If you came here looking for Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War news, you were sadly mistaken. Like I said, I don't expect that type of stuff from the State of Play. It would be nice. But, you know, that's just how Sony does. It is what it is. Anyway, as always, you guys, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll talk to you later. It's your boy Blak, making them out. Deuces.